she says, look, Danny, they're going to be doing a movie of it. You're absolutely perfect for Chris Hudson, the copper. I said, that's great, fantastic. She said, read the book. I get to the description of the character, and he's this middle-aged, gone to sea, sad sack of a detective, comfort eating and all the rest of it. So I phoned her back.
Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah.
Nice.
What do you mean I'm perfect? I just couldn't quite believe it.
We are delighted to say that we have got, I do this every time, stay there, Daniel. I promise you, I'm normally really slick, and this never happens.
We'll get your microphone on in a sec.
Get your microphone sorted. Producer John, can you make Daniel Mays' microphone work, please? See, it's on mic 6 at the minute, but I need to get it on mic 5.
Yeah, John will sort this out.
John will sort it. There we go.
There he is.
Computer says no.
Very much. But luckily, producer John says yes.
Yes, well done, John.
Thanks, producer John. We've got the brilliant actor, Mr. Daniel Mays, with us this morning. Good morning, Daniel Mays.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Lovely to have you here, sir. Ahead of the Thursday Murder Club, which this film people have been excited for a very, very long time. So it comes out tomorrow on Netflix, and it's also out in select UK cinemas as well. But first of all, how are you, mate? You doing all right?
I'm good. This time, sort of last week, we were having the premiere for the Thursday Murder Club, so it was. It's good to be back in Leicester Square. We took the whole place over. It was insane.
Yeah, it was. Well, because when we're out here, when we come into work every morning, you see what they're building.
Yeah,
and you can always gauge how big the film is by how big the premiere event is.
Yeah, they recreated Cooper's Chase, the big retirement home where the movie's set. So
mad, isn't it?
It was like those big premieres like that. They're kind of surreal. It's like sensory overload.
Yeah.
So it's only I sort of watched it back and think, oh yeah, they've recreated the police cars there and the art drawing class, and I think they even had llamas on the red carpet as well.
And then 24 hours, it's all gone.
Yeah,
it's mad, isn't it?
They had llamas. I said they didn't have llamas. I didn't see them, but there you go.
You missed the llamas.
Yeah.
So you play DCI Chris Hudson. Now this is a safe space, Daniel. Okay, you can be honest with us.
Yeah.
Had you read the book before you got offered the role?
I hadn't. The person that had was my amazing agent, Sarah Spear.
Right.
So she was a massive fan of the books, and she phones me and she says, look, Danny, they're going to be doing a movie of it. You're absolutely perfect for Chris Hudson, the copper. I said, that's great, fantastic. She said, read the book. I get to the description of the character, and he's this middle-aged, gone to sea, sad sack of a detective, comfort eating and all the rest of it. So I phoned her back.
Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah.
Nice.
What do you mean I'm perfect? I just couldn't quite believe it. But the book is phenomenal, and I fell in love with the character. All of the characters are brilliantly realised in the book, and here I am in the big screen adaptation alongside a sensational cast. I couldn't quite believe it.
It's a juggernaut of a film, isn't it? I mean, it is. Everyone is talking. It's one of those that everybody's talking about as well at the moment.
I mean, you got Helen Mirren, Piers Brosnan, Celia Imrie.
It's not bad, is it?
Sir Ben Kingsley. I mean, that's in front of the camera.
He was Gandhi.
He was Gandhi. So my very first scene is a big cake eating scene where he's there on the sofa. I literally had Gandhi, James Bond, the Queen, Acorn Antiques, and I had the brilliant Naomi Ackie, who was amazing as Whitney Houston.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I had insult to injury. I had Chris Columbus directing, who done the first 2 Harry Potters and Home Alone and all the rest of it. And on top of that, it's Steven Spielberg and Anne Boleyn producing it.
Mad,
I mean, that's a heavyweight.
Good gig.
To be with.
That's mad. I like that you're still, because you've done so many massive films and been very successful in your own right, but I like it that I can tell you're still, you recognise this is insane.
Yeah, it was, every first day on a new job's a bit nerve-wracking. That was pretty intense, but you have to go, okay, they've given you the gig, you've got to deliver the goods. So you just sort of have to get rid of that imposter syndrome and, deliver.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why all of those actors are still around and still, turning up and delivering the goods, is because they're uber talented. They're incredibly welcoming and down to earth. Yeah. And, they're just so professional. That's how you do it.
Absolutely.
It's funny.
I don't know why they cast me.
No, I can't wait to see you in it. And so, you're playing DCI Chris Hudson. And like you said, when your agent basically said that you're perfect for the role, but you weren't quite perfect enough because you did have to wear a padded fat suit.
That was my choice, because when I got to the book, you know, he doesn't stop eating, and that was my way in.
Right.
So I was like, when I got to talk to the brilliant costume designer, Joanna, I was like, look, I really want to physically be a lot different. Specifically, I wanted that thing where a lot of middle-aged men with the midriff is coming through, where they choose not to, I'm not looking at anyone in the studio, they choose not to go up in size with their shirts. So when they sit down, you get that stretch quality with the buttons.
Yes.
And we've nailed it in this movie.
Have you?
Yeah.
No,
I mean, look, it's a thing it's very uncomfortable to wear. It got very hot on set, you know, but I had to suffer for my art, you know.
You did.
Yeah.
You did indeed. Because I've always thought that if I was an actor, I would say yes. Were you not tempted to go down the Robert De Niro route of just like eating Ben and Jerry by the tubload every
well,
night?
my wife and kids said to me, don't really need to wear one. Thanks, love.
It's nice to have the support from home, isn't it?
No, but I was sort of had one eye. Look, there's obviously a series of books. I haven't read the second one yet, but I'm told by the powers that be is that Chris gets into shape, hits the gym.
Right, okay.
And loses that weight. So I was like, I'll just take the fat suit off. So I don't even have to, join the local gym and do it for real.
Problem solved in 5 seconds.
Always ahead of the curve.
Yeah, that'd be really funny because you haven't read the rest of the books, and I'm not familiar with the later books either. So I'd love to know what other things Chris Hudson get up to that you don't realise you've now signed up for.
That's true. You've done a five film deal.
That's amazing. So the rest of the cast, Pierce Brosnan, Helen Mirren, all of that are in there every day. And they've also sort of said to you, we're in for the full shebang, because I presume the books are massive and there's now a lot of them, right?
Yeah.
There's like 5. I think there's the 5th one's coming out next month.
You're in now, right? This is it. This is your next few years, is it not?
Look, fingers crossed. It all depends on how many people watch it on Netflix. Right. It sort of will succeed and fail on that front. But you would think with this pedigree of cast, all the people behind it, that I know that we had such an amazing time. You know, it was such a glorious summer that I think we'd all give our right arm to come back and sort of develop the characters, because that's the thing, you want to sort of explore the characters more and open it up and see where they go.
Is Richard Osman sort of walking around on set and stuff? Is he getting involved?
Richard did. I only met him once on set,
right.
But you know, he's sort of given creative control as much as possible over to Amberlin. You know,
right.
I wasn't there the day that Steven Spielberg turned up as well, and I've actually worked with Steven on The Adventures of Tintin years ago.
Right.
So I was absolutely gutted that I wasn't in that day.
Yeah.
But there we were at the premiere, and he turned up. My agent tapped me and showed Steven's there, so it was amazing to
Brilliant.
sort of see him again.
Amazing.
A penny for Richard Osman's thoughts as well, because it was his first, I think I'm right saying, his first bit of fiction, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he started it in lockdown, and here we are, I mean, it's an amazing achievement.
Mad. Imagine that when he wrote that first book, that fast forward to, 2025, Pierce Brosnan and a load of llamas are out in Leicester Square, and you're going, I did that.
Yeah. But testament to him, because look, not only is the book brilliant in the sense that you've got an amazing, and the film, the sort of murder mystery element to it, you've really got to have your thinking cap on, because there's a lot, it's all intricate storylines, they're interwoven, but his real genius, I think, as a writer is he knows character inside and out. And specifically in the book, it's like you get to know the inner life of the character. And I use that as a source material. It was like gold dust for me creating the character.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
all the answers are in there.
Yeah. Before I even stepped out on set, I had a real kind of deep-rooted understanding of who he was. So it was, hopefully that comes across in the film.
Yeah, great. Well, it's out now in select UK cinemas, and then it is landing on Netflix tomorrow. You mentioned, and I know you don't want to give too much away, although to be fair, it is in the book, about your first scene you did was a big cake eating scene.
Yeah.
Eating in films fascinates me, because as soon as there's someone eating on screen, I start tuning into how much they're actually eating, because they do a lot of shuffling food around a plate and tiny bites.
And the continuity must be a
so
there is an art form to that.
Right.
A trick, like, say for instance, we're all sitting here having a dinner scene. The thing is, like, if you're shooting it in the wide, if you're, it depends. If you take like 5 mouthfuls of food, you really got to match that every take.
Right, yeah.
You really have to. So that thing of toying with your food and, attempting to eat it and then changing your mind. I mean, that's quite a sensible way of doing it.
Yeah.
Because you just got to match the wine.
Well, that's why I wanted to ask you about it. So with cake, are you thinking, I've got to really... Because you're playing a character who loves eating, but you're going, if I eat a whole bit of cake here, that's me done for the next few hours.
The scene you're specifically talking about, he absolutely devours the cake. It's very funny because he's hemmed in and he's got a steaming cup of coffee on one knee and then it's got no arms are free. So there's a moment where he pauses and he just looks at it and he just devours it. He just leans down and eats it just with the mouth. And he loves it. I mean, the cakes on this film were just next level.
Oh, really?
It was like a conveyor belt of cakes that just kept bringing in for me.
So, about wheat free, you're going, you know what, keep the fat.
Yeah, eat that. Don't eat it.
Off air, we were just chatting about Oasis because actually one of the questions I had to ask you, Daniel Mays, was, have you been to see Oasis yet?
Sadly, I haven't. No.
Oh, no.
I was, I was promised a couple of tickets from Andy Goldstein. I'm going to name and shame him.
Yeah, do it.
And he hasn't come through. They've got, 2 more dates left at Wembley?
Yeah, Wembley in September, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay, so maybe...
if anyone can help Daniel Mays out.
This is a come and get me, please.
Absolutely.
From Daniel Mays.
Yeah.
I don't mind where they are, up in the gods, or I'm,
Yeah. Well,
here's me with a begging bowl.
It's terrible. You'd hate it. It's not the best thing I've ever seen in my life at all.
Is that why you went twice?
Yeah, I went twice. Oh man,
So
it's very, very special. Well, hopefully this might be the start. Who knows? We might be more tours beyond this one. Who knows?
Well, you'd presume so, right?
Yeah, you'd hope so.
It's gone quite well.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to break up again, are they?
I don't think so.
No, they seem very happy.
And they're hugging on stage. I see all of
genuine.
that.
There's a lot of love there, isn't there, it seems? It's really nice to see it.
Is it true that you bumped into Liam Gallagher in lockdown?
I did. I was running in the woods, Highgate Woods, and my son was with me, Milo, and it was very early. It was about 7:30. I said, Milo, come on, we'll go and do our hour's exercise. And we literally stepped into the woods. There was no one about, and there was this dude all in black. He was up wearing a black cape and this thing, and I didn't think anything of it. And this guy just stops in front of me and went, "Hey, all right, mate, I know you." He said, "You're Marcus from White Lines." And I was just like, oh, dear God, it's Liam.
Whoa. Wow.
And I was like, there was no one else about. I was completely starstruck.
Wow, that's amazing.
And I was like, I got tongue tied, and I was like, oh. And then, like, Milo comes, sort of wanders up, and I go, look, Milo. I said, it's Liam Gallagher. And he was half asleep, and he went, who? Cut him down to size. But we had a great conversation, and then he just sort of swanned off. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, amazing.
That's so cool. Well, Liam does listen. Liam, if you're listening,
he does.
Throw me a bone.
Do you remember, this sounds dodgy. Do you remember that time you met a man called Daniel in the woods?
Yeah.
Well,
he was a fan of White Lines, so I'm halfway there. Exactly. And I was playing a Mancunian DJ.
Exactly. Can I talk to you about a few other things you've done?
That was Manchester, by the way, that accent, in case you're still wondering.
Yeah, if there's any casting directors needing a Manc, we've got one right here for you. So the Thursday Murder Club is out now in select UK cinemas. It's landing on Netflix tomorrow. Got a message here as well from Jill who said, Toby, please for Daniel, I was lucky enough that my local cinema has the film on and I saw it and it was utterly fabulous. I love the books and I love the film even more. My husband hasn't read the books and he thoroughly enjoyed the film too. It was perfect. And D.I. Hudson, the whole cast was perfect.
Oh, there you go.
Very nice.
Can't say fairer than that.
No. Can I talk to you about a few other things you've done? Because I saw you in Guys and Dolls.
Ah. And did you do the standing or the...
I was standing.
There you go. Best way to experience it.
I took my mum for a Christmas present.
Ah.
And it was very much a present for my mum. And I thought, yeah, I'll go along. And it was one of the best shows I've ever seen in the West End. It was fantastic. Now, is it true that Michael Douglas convinced you to do it?
That is true. Yeah, I'd been offered the gig, and then I hadn't said yes. But I was making a show called Franklin with him for Apple TV out in Paris, and Noah Jupe, the other actor, says, "Oh, what are you doing next, Danny?" I says, "A bit left field. Been cast in a musical, Guys and Dolls." And then Michael piped up, dressed as Franklin, said, "What do you mean, like Guys and Dolls?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "What part?" And I said, "Nathan Detroit." He said, "You doing it?" I said, "I haven't decided yet." He went, Danny, listen to me, you're doing it, baby." And I'd taken no for an answer, and that was it.
Really?
Wow. And then what's great then to this story is that Michael and Catherine Zeta-Jones both came and saw the show and met all the cast. We had a lovely meal before the show, and it was great, yeah. I mean, everyone loves that show. It's such a crowd pleaser, but the way that it was staged at the Bridge, it was like all on moving platforms, and you felt totally immersed in it.
Yeah, it was like an immersive thing. It was incredible. It was so good. I've never heard a crowd go quite that nuts during a musical ever. Everyone was loving it. You could knock, Oasis into touch. It was all, that's what it was. You're not helping with your ticket situation.
Really not. I'm keeping an eye on the text. We had nothing in yet.
Didn't you win a big shiny award for that as well?
I got an Olivier nomination.
Nomination.
It was great. I've always been nominated, love, and always the bridesmaid. No, but look, I'd not done I went to stage school when I was a kid, but I hadn't done a musical for 25 years, so it was a bit of a risk. I mean, imagine me going in for day one. It was the read-through / sing-along.
Wow.
I mean, look, Nathan Detroit doesn't really have that many songs. He's got Sue Me in the second act and lines here and there, but I mean, the cast that they had for that, do you know Marisha Wallace?
Right,
She played Adelaide. When she started singing on day one, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Cedric Nils, Celinda, everyone was just... The level of talent in that production was amazing.
Yeah, I don't know, the guy who did Sit Down, You're Rocking the Boat the night I was
Cedric
there.
Neal.
That was Cedric. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, that is the number. It's the ultimate showstopper.
Yeah. Well, absolute pleasure to have you in again, and please come back to Radio X whenever you've got anything to plug, or just come in for a chat.
Yeah, I'll come and swing by.
Yeah.
Same time next week?
Same time next week, fine. Yeah, absolutely. The Thursday Murder Club, I mean, it doesn't need much promotion. People are so excited about this film, but it is out now in select UK cinemas, and it is landing on Netflix tomorrow. Daniel Mays, an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for joining us.
Cheers, gang. Lovely.
Nice one.
Radio X.